Okay, so early this morning there was a funny sound outside in the street and it kind of woke me up a little bit early. Yuck, I don't like that, especially when you're trying to get a good night's sleep. How many of you have experienced that? Like, what on earth was that noise, right? Really, really weird. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Jan. Welcome to another episode on this channel, the Save Money More with Jan channel. So that prompted me to get up. I don't believe in laying around in the bed if you're like mentally awake. So I'm like, okay, I'm mentally awake. May as well just get up. But it was still kind of on the super early side. I didn't want to start recording videos yet. I said I need a little bit of a like in between breaks. So I made a cup of tea. And I said, you know what? Just throw on a little bit of your favorite platform, like you're watching or listening to right now. So be a good listener or a good viewer. And I came across a really interesting video that I know many people would like. And here's the name of it. First of all, the channel name is, I'll try to find it and hook it up, but the channel name is Flippity Flip. Never heard of it before, never saw it before. It just came up on my feed, probably because I've been talking a lot about reselling. So, the name of the actual video is I flipped $1 into $1,000. I don't know about you, but I love the idea of turning a little bit of a tiny something into a much bigger something. Oh, this was a really excellent video. I strongly recommend that you watch this. Now, I will like look at some like titles on I don't know articles or even perhaps maybe even a video like where you say, "Oh, I turned 50 cents into 20 gazillion dollars," right? No. This one is more realistic. I turned $1. How many of you out there have a dollar to spare? Okay. Into $1,000. Okay. So he flipped the dollar into the $1,000. You're going to get to watch actually how he does this. Like he starts off going to, I don't want to give the whole thing away because then it's like not fair for you, but he starts off, let's say, like local garage sales or a yard sale, and then you see the gradual process. But it did and does become an ongoing project. What does this mean? Like you're listening to this, you're saying, so what does that have to do with you? Maybe a lot. Or maybe you're not the type of person that enjoys going to yard sales or garage sales or listing things on the internet, or you're not interested in reselling. That's okay. What this did though was as it serves as a reminder in anything we do in life, we do not, capital NOT, we do not have to start big. I think it's the big, 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 big that scares people off, 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 off. Am I right or am I right? Even when it comes to saving. That's why the title of today's video is this: Money making and money keeping starts with small steps. No, that's true. That's true in most instances, okay? Everybody starts at zero. Now, I didn't invent that phrase, but it's the truth. I usually say everybody starts at the beginning, which effectively is the same thing. But someone else very smart says everybody starts at zero. Example: anyone that starts off on this platform, you got to start off with 0 subscribers. You're not going to start off on day one with 1,000 subs. Don't we all wish that were possible? No. I can assure you with great assurance that no, we all start off at zero. But that's kind of a good thing. It's kind of a comforting thing, okay? It's taking a nothing and turning it into a something. How many times that there are people, for example, they don't get paid for a couple of days, but they have to put food on the table for their family. And they don't really have too much in their pantry, but they do have enough to put together a soup, okay? Especially in the middle of the winter, it is certainly appreciated. Well, you get all the water that you want, turn on the sink, right? So we start off with that. Well, you don't have Let's say you don't have a box of chicken broth. No big deal. You have a bouillon cube, right? Well, you can work with that. Okay, so you're looking around for onions. You don't have a big onion, you have a small one. That's totally fine. That works. Then you look around to see if you have any leftover protein that you could throw in there. And you just so happen to have a couple leftover cooked chicken thighs left over from the night before's dinner. You see where I'm going with this? Then you find a carrot, a celery, whatever else it is, and maybe luck out and even find a little can of tomato sauce to give it that nice tomatoey, beautiful blush of color and a little bit of a hint of a flavor. And whatever it is you throw in there, all of a sudden you turn a nothing, because after all, you started off with a nothing. It was a nothing burger. There was no big pot of soup on your stove a few minutes earlier. All of a sudden, you got a big pot of soup on the stove. Then, of course, you happen to have one of my favorite, orzo pasta. They look like little, to me, they remind me of cantaloupe seeds, but some people say it reminds them of looking at rice. To me, I don't know why, I just see cantaloupe seeds. I don't know. So then all of a sudden you're throwing in a couple of handfuls of, a small type of pasta. You got yourself a yummy, delicious dinner. What? You look in your fridge and you know you still have some, even though it wasn't much, a little bit of Parmesan cheese to shake on top of that soup. Yum. Yeah. Bingo. Oh, wait a minute. You totally forgot that you have that box of crackers that you stashed in your pantry for when you run out of bread or run low on bread. All of a sudden, you got a big pot of soup, yummy pot of soup, and a whole bunch of crackers. And this can be shared for the next couple of days till you get paid. Hey, that's taking a whole bunch of not much and turning it into a whole bunch of, oh, wow, I got a lot, and leftovers to boot. We don't realize how abundant we are. We do not. I think we take our abundance for granted and we're not paying attention. But it's in the tougher times when we really start assessing, well, what am I going to work with? What do I have? And you didn't have to go to the bank. You didn't have to take money out. I mean, to stretch, literally to stretch the soup or whatever other meal you put together. I just use soup as an example. On that very same day, you realize, guess what? I have all the ingredients to make some what? Cookies? You're kidding. Dessert to go with the soup? Okay. So you make some simple sugar cookies or oatmeal cookies or peanut butter cookies, all with simple ingredients that you have in your home or apartment. You took a whole bunch of not much and turned it into a delicious meal, dessert included. Hello. Then you realize, hey, wait a minute, I have a few apples. I could have some healthy apples. And you cut up an apple too. Come on now, it doesn't get better than that. And you forget your troubles by watching a movie on one of your free streaming apps. I'm telling you, all of a sudden life is good and payday doesn't seem so far away. All right? But in order to start anything, we start with baby steps, and that includes saving. Now, some people are blessed, and maybe for some reason or another, they get some large amount of money inherited to them, like one, two, three, and they skip a lot of that, saving thing, whatever. But not everyone does. Okay. So most of us get to do it the old fashioned way. We earn it. Ever hear that expression years ago? So we earn it and we use some and we give some and we spend some and we save some. The only difference is we need to know the order of which we do things. You know what you have to do, the first thing, okay? And then after that, you pay yourself first. And then you go on with everything else. Again, starting off with not much. And remember and never forget this. If you become unemployed, the very next day, make yourself self-employed. By the way, looking for a job, it's its own job, but it doesn't pay you anything while you're doing it. No, it does not. So you need to find some sort of form of self-employment that will pay you. Contact anyone you know with children if you like to do childcare. Uh, volunteer your services, but eventually get paid for it. Some people are really good. Just want to throw this in. Some people are really great organizers, and a lot of people have a lot of clutter and stuff going on in the home or apartment, and they don't want to deal with it. They are more than willing to pay a person like yourself that is a great organizer. Who knows? You might turn it into a consultation business that you love. Take the things you love, take a nothing, which you never really acknowledge yourself and your talents, take that so called nothing and turn it into a paid for something. I'll give you an example. This person that turned the $1 into the $1,000 by following like specific steps. You could view it for entertainment, have fun with it. Who knows? May inspire someone. Okay. It just might inspire someone. He took a dollar and turned it into a something. Okay. What can you do for a dollar and turn it into a something? Say, oh, not much. You'd be surprised and amazed. I feel sad when people think they're incapable of things. I'm not worthy of this. I can't do this. Not only did that person take that dollar and turn it into the 1,000 thing, the person was also really smart. And they recorded their process on what? A YouTube video. So that's an additional source of income. Okay. If I'm assuming they're monetized. I don't know. I just found this channel. But I do believe you will enjoy the video. So never forget, we can do money making and money keeping. But we need to always remember and never look down at it. It's actually a good thing. Money making and money keeping starts with what? Small steps. You can do it. We can do it. We all can do it. There you go. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate everybody's time. Don't forget to come back every single day at 5 o'clock. Yes, 5 o'clock. I know I've been doing double bonus videos, but they're going away after the 30th of June. I want to thank all the folks that came back twice a day. Thank you. I am humbled. I am honored. I appreciate you so, so very, very much. Don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, as per usual, super thanks are forever welcome. Thank you. Have an amazing, fantastic day. Take good care of yourself and your lovely family. Thank you.